Welcome to the Business Collective Podcast with Terry Fletcher. Weekly conversations and insights on how to go from employee to consultant in any business field where your years of expertise can be showcased. Take your career to the next level, entrepreneurship. Now here's your host, nationally recognized healthcare consultant, speaker, and author, Terry Fletcher.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Business Collective Podcast. My name is Terry Fletcher. So today I wanted to focus on something that I think everyone needs sometimes to get that motivation behind you to really get out and start your business, make that switch from employee to entrepreneur. And one of the things I want to focus on is signs that you're a lot more successful than you think. Once in a while, you just need to stop and, like they say, smell the roses. Not only is it good for you, but it will motivate you to plant even more and to make sure that you get out there and just really understand what you have to offer. If you compare yourself to certain people, it's easy to feel that you're unsuccessful. If you're an entrepreneur and you try to compare yourself to, let's say, Richard Branson, you're going to lose. If you're a musician and you try to say or compare yourself to Taylor Swift, you're going to lose, especially if the point of comparison is earnings. You will definitely lose there. If your goal is to change the world and you compare yourself to Steve Jobs, let's just say the problem with comparisons, no matter how successful you feel, there will always be someone who's more successful. There will always be someone better, smarter, or wealthier, or seemingly more happy. But let's stop comparing. Let's just focus on you. And I just want to give you a few signs that you're more successful than you might think. And in all likelihood, probably happier than you think you are too. Number one would be you have enough money that you can make positive choices. So many people live paycheck to paycheck. I get that. And worse, many have to decide between necessities. And, somebody just mentioned to me the other day, they had to decide between filling a prescription versus putting gas in their car. But if you make enough money and don't really spend that much money, especially if you're now working from home and you're not putting gas in your car and you're not traveling as much, you can make that positive choice about what you do with some of that money, whether it be investing it, taking a vacation, taking a master class, which I've mentioned, anything you want to do instead of what you have to do, then you're successful, both because you have escaped the paycheck to paycheck grind and because you can leverage that extra money to become even more successful, even just a little bit extra. And it's there. You just have to know where to find it. Number two would be you have close friendships or close friends. Close friendships are hard to find. They're increasingly rare. One study found that the number of friends respondents felt they had could discuss important matters has dropped from an average of 3 in the last 20 years to less than 2. So much for the power of social media. If you have more than 2 or 3 really close friends, be happy, be glad. Not only for the social connection, but also because the positive effect of relationships can have on the span of your life. It's double what you get from exercising and just as powerful as if you're a smoker and you quit smoking. And where professional relationships are concerned, number 3 for me would be choose the people around you. Some people have employees who drive them crazy. You know who you are or know who they are. Some people have customers who are obnoxious. We know who they are. And some people have casual acquaintances who are just selfish and really all about me jerks. But guess what? They chose those people. Those people are in their professional or personal lives because they let them stay there. Successful people, especially entrepreneurs, attract successful people. Hardworking people attract hardworking people. Kind people associate with kind people. Great employees want great bosses. If the people around you are the people you want to be around you, you're successful. And if they're not, it's time to start making some changes. Number 4 would be you see failure as training. Failure sucks, let's face it, but it also is the best way to learn and grow. There will always be trials. There will always be challenges, obstacles, but perseverance always wins in the end. Every successful person has failed numerous times. Most of them have failed a lot more often than you probably as well. That's why they're probably more successful. If you embrace every failure, if you own it, if you learn from it and take full responsibility for making sure that the next time things will turn out differently, then you're already successful. And in time, you'll be even more successful. So never stop trying to be better than you are today. Number 5, don't ask for anything. We've all experienced this moment. We're having a great conversation. We're finding things in common. And then boom, the other person plays, hey, I need something from you. And everything about that interaction now changes. What was once a friendly conversation is turned almost needy, almost grasping. And if you're like me, you feel guilty if you decide you really don't want to help. But people who feel successful aren't needy people. They accept it if offered, but they don't feel like they have to ask all the time. In fact, they focus on what they can do for other people. And it's amazing how that comes back to you. Number 6, and I know this will be hard, especially if you're working towards being in the spotlight, but let others grab the spotlight. Okay, maybe you did all the work. Maybe you did move mountains. Maybe you did kick ass and take names. But if you aren't looking for praise or accolades, that means you're successful. That means you feel proud on the inside where it counts. You don't need the glory. You know what you've achieved. If you enjoy the validation of others, but don't need the validation of others, you are successful. And you know it, even though you don't show it. So I love it when I get those great comments secretly or even outwardly from people saying, I love your podcasts. I love what you do and you've inspired me. But I only share it when I just want to show how proud I am of somebody, not for my own, self accolades. It's more just so proud to be part of that conversation. So, let others grab the spotlight and really, call people out for what they do and positive. It's just such a nice way to acknowledge them. Number 7 is you have a purpose. Successful people have a purpose. As a result, they're excited, dedicated, passionate, and we are also fearless. I also want to put in another word. We're unapologetic in what we do, and we share our passions with others. If you have found a purpose, if you have found something that inspires you, that fuels you, that makes you excited to get up, get out, and achieve, then you're successful, regardless of how much money you make or what other people think. Why? Because living life your way, that's the best sign of success that there is. And mark my word, if you keep those things in mind, those tips in mind, and really focus on what inspires you and how successful you already are, you're going to bring success to yourself as an entrepreneur, as you transition from an employee to an entrepreneur. And you will be, mark my words, you will be so successful in life and also in the business that you create. So I know it's a short one today, but I just wanted to give you some tips, not just to reflect on how successful you already are, but how successful you can be in this area of entrepreneurship. So everyone, make it a great day, a great couple of weeks, and I'll see you next time on the Business Collective podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Business Collective podcast. Drop us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website and blog at www.business-collective.com.